So, a bit of an update for you. Good news. I've had a call from Jeremy at Farrier's Automotive, and the Discovery is complete, I am told, other than one part. So, the main job of the marriage between the new engine, the chassis, the body is now down. I believe everything is all connected up, and they've taken it for a test drive, which is fantastic. Update. Excuse me while I just pull out of this junction in the TDV8 Range Rover loveliness, as you can see from the tan background. So the Discovery is done. However, I am not going to get it back this week, and that is my fault, because when I was there looking at the new engine on the chassis last week, it was last Friday in fact, I noticed that there was wear around the rear prop shaft or drive shaft center bearing bush. That's like a rubber donut that goes around the center of the prop shaft, and it's there to basically keep the prop shaft from vibrating around. Now, I've been told that there are many people out there with this completely worn away and they don't feel any effects of it whatsoever. I know that I would be that one person where I will. I'm very fastidious about vibrations and things not being absolutely right. I can't stand a steering wheel that's not straight, and wheels that aren't aligned, and wheels that aren't balanced. In fact, I had the wheels balanced on the Range Rover only this week, in fact, a few days ago, and it's made a mountain of difference. I was getting a little bit of, sorry about the bumps, this is a terrible road. I don't know if my DJI will cancel those out, but I was getting a little bit of shimmy through the seat and a little bit of vibration under braking, and as I've never had these wheels and tyres balanced before, I decided to go and get it done. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Your prop shaft centre bearing on Discovery 3, 4, Range Rover Sport, Range Rover L322 all performs the same function. And if it's gone, you might start getting a vibration through the car that you can't quite determine where it is. It's just a general vibration. And because it connects, the prop is connecting your rear drivetrain, your diff, your wheels, all the way through to the gearbox and beyond, you'll just feel it through the whole car. And it might start to impede acceleration. It won't feel as smooth. And I don't like a car that doesn't feel smooth. And so when I noticed that it was completely perished, I just knew, me being me, I couldn't leave it like that and hope that it might not come to the fore, or I might not notice it. So they're replacing that, but Farriers being Farriers, they don't like fitting cheap parts. I don't like fitting cheap parts either. And so Jeremy said, look, if we're going to replace the whole prop shaft, which some people do, we'll only fit GKN. JLR ones are GKN, but they've got a different box and therefore cost more money. And I managed to find online, it was Maltings Off-Road. They do the centre bearing. I'll pop it up on the screen so you can have a look at the part number and the price. It was about £100. And so that should arrive with Farriers in the next day or two, and they can then fit that. Interestingly, they said that whether they're doing the whole prop or just that centre bearing, it's easier with the body connected and the car up on the lift. And I'm guessing that's because at the moment the body was up in the air, the chassis is on the ground, and you can sort of get to it from above, but maybe I don't know, I'm not a mechanic. Either way, they are going to do that for me, and at that point then it's ready for me to take delivery of it, which is a really exciting moment. I've been so used now to driving the Range Rover around, absolutely loving it. Had a fantastic day out in the Range Rover yesterday down at Newbury Showground. I was invited with a few other people by the chaps at Land Rover Monthly magazine, and we were doing like a real live test of their off-road course, which they've had built and constructed. So they've done a lot of that themselves, and they've had a digger in and done stuff. It was fantastic. I tell you what though, the course was a little bit more challenging and a lot longer than I anticipated, and mine was the least prepared for off-road car there, being, you know, a standard L322 on road tyres, plus having things like side steps and mud flaps fitted, whereas I was going against very well kitted up Defenders, old school Defenders, and one new Defender. Simon from Powerful UK was there with his new Defender, the Stig. Some Freelander 1s and 2s, Discovery 2, but these guys have got, you know, winch bumpers and they're jacked up and things like that. The Range Rover performed really admirably, I would tell you. There was one corner where I beached, and that's because of the side steps, because they ended up being like mud plows, and I got stuck. And at the same time, while trying to extricate myself off this ridge where the side steps had stuck, I then managed to damage my offside front lower splitter. And it's just a piece of plastic which just screws up to the underneath of the bumper. It's an easy fix. Luckily it didn't rip it off. I managed to remove it, and it's in the boot actually. So I'm going to fix that, and obviously the car needs a bit of a jet wash as well, as I've got mud stuck around my fog lights and things. So the Range Rover's been great whilst the Discovery has been off the road, but I am looking forward to getting the Discovery back and driving that again and having it back on the driveway. So that's the update. I'm not going to go and harass farriers and going to have a look around the car, because now it's all back together. There's nothing really new to see. I know what it looks like. There goes a Defender. And yeah, so I guess the next update will be, just bear with me a second, difficult junction. There you go. I'm pulling out and got to love the TD V8. What was I saying? Yeah, so nothing new to really look at on the Discovery, but it will be fantastic to drive at home. And yeah, my thanks to farriers. And also, I'm going to do something quite bold. I've decided to completely rebrand my social media channel. I've only got Instagram and YouTube, just because I think my current name, it wasn't really thought out for social media. It doesn't roll off the tongue, but I have come up with like a brand, and it's focused around my Discovery 4. It rolls off the tongue quite nicely. I've even created a badge. I've done a badge. I did a badge. I went on ChatGPT. I told it what I wanted to do, and I wrestled with that for about 3 days whilst it kept recreating things and changing things that I didn't want it to change. But I finally got there, and I got a badge, and I've even sent off to have this badge made into stickers. I've really gone all out, and the stickers won't arrive for another week or so, but I'm really excited to have some stickers, and I hope I've got someone I can send out a sticker to. So I'll make that announcement separately, and I'm just hoping that all of my current followers, the people that do comment positively, that doesn't just drop off a cliff because they no longer see me as Adam TWRM, which, as I said, doesn't really roll off the tongue. The new name is going to be much catchier, and it's got a lovely picture on it as well. All the things that you want for a nice sticker that goes in line with your social media channels. So that's my update. Nothing else to report at the moment. I've got to jet wash the Range Rover, but I do like the look of it being dirty. It reminds me when I used to have my other L322s, and I'd use them for shooting and logging and everything, and in the winter they were shoulder high in and you can imagine what that word was. I try not to swear on my videos in case people watch them with their kids. I've got kids, and I do appreciate things like the LRM podcast. No swearing at all normally, so my sons can listen in. So please like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. I really appreciate it. I haven't got many. I'm not trying to monetize anything. It's just for fun. And I hope you enjoy my ramblings. And I'll be back soon with some more. Hopefully with the Discovery on the driveway. We'll see. See you soon. Bye-bye.